Hey y'all, it's Jumanah. I'm about to show you how I did my sew in, and it's been 7 years since I did this, so I did pretty good. But I started off with blown out hair, and I sectioned off my leave out. I didn't need too much hair to be left out because my hair is already thick. So yeah, I began braiding that to get it out of the way, and so I started braiding my braids. You're gonna need smaller braids so your hair can be flat, and it's not all bumpy in your sewing. And then when you get to the bottom of each braid, don't braid it all the way down because you're going to connect it to the next braid. And I'm going to show you how right here. So I finished braiding the right side of my head. And on this next clip, I'm going to show you how I braided a braid close to the leave out on the left side, just so I can have a track like up close to my leave out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a big gap. I recommend you do this. If you do it on both sides, that's better, but this is how I was doing it for today. I ended up braiding that all the way to the back of my head. So I'm down to my last braid after I braided up all of the left side of my head. And with this particular braid, you're going to add the braid that's on the right that's sticking out and the braid that's on the left that's sticking out all into one braid. So first I grabbed one side, braided it a little bit more, then grabbed the other side. You can pretty much see what I did. So once I got to the end of the braid, I braided it all the way up and I sewed it onto one side of my head. Then I had this hairnet that I sewed on the perimeter of my head and around the leave out, and I just began cutting off the excess that I didn't really need. This step is pretty much optional, so if you don't have a hairnet, don't even worry about it. So at this point, I was ready to sew on my weave, my little bundles or whatever. Um, I used 5 different needles because I wasn't trying to stop every time I ran out of thread to redo a needle, like refill a needle up. So I just used 5, and I just began sewing on the hair. So like at the end of each track, I made sure I put the thread through it, and like before I even put it on my head, I put the thread through it just so it could be like secure on there, and I tied the little knots, and then I just sewed it on back and forth, and it came out really good. Whenever you do a stitch, make sure you put the thread between the loop so it can be secure. Here I'm doing the last two tracks, and on the braid I'm making sure the track is like covering the whole braid so it can be as close as possible to that hair that I left out. And I did the same thing on the other side, even though there's not really a braid to attach it onto, so I just anchored it on the beginning of one track and then like at the back of the other track. So it looked good. I didn't really show it because that part's not really in this video for some reason, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and after that I just flat ironed my leave out, and yeah, just made it look cute, styled it a little bit, and yeah, I was happy with the result. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.